perilous footwear selections robbing you of your golden years, along with 3 transformative solutions for seniors. It is a startling fact that more than 300,000 seniors find themselves hospitalized due to fall injuries annually, with improper footwear playing a role in nearly 45% of these incidents. This quiet crisis is robbing countless individuals of their freedom and ability to move. Introducing Thomas, a 72-year-old retired educator whose existence took an unexpected turn the moment his well-worn loafers lost their grip on a slick surface. After a single hip fracture, the doctors delivered the grim news: he may never walk independently again. Yet, I am on the verge of revealing how Thomas overcame those challenges. By the conclusion of this video, you will witness his remarkable transformation from struggling to reach his mailbox to confidently hiking mountain trails alongside his grandchildren, all achieved by steering clear of these 8 critical footwear missteps that many seniors encounter every day. Welcome to Senior Lifestyle, a space where we transform research into actionable insights for your most joyful and vibrant golden years. The footwear that once embraced your feet with ease during your 40s can, in the twilight of your 70s, become a source of discomfort and limitation. This is not an overstatement. It is a matter of biology. With the passage of time, our connection to the earth below transforms, necessitating a shift in our choice of footwear. There are 3 pivotal changes that your feet experience, yet they remain largely unspoken by many. Initially, the once ample cushioning that softened each step diminishes significantly, exposing bones and nerves to the harshness of impact. Furthermore, the nerve receptors essential for maintaining balance diminish by as much as 30% once one reaches the age of 65. Moreover, your joints grow ever more attuned to misalignment, transforming slight gait discrepancies into persistent discomfort that resonates throughout your entire being. Thomas unearthed these transformations through a challenging journey. He informed me that I continued to wear the same kinds of shoes I always had. No one cautioned me that my feet had transformed. Today, we will explore the 8 perilous footwear selections that quietly undermine the mobility of our senior population. However, I will not merely highlight the issues. I will unveil the 3 transformative solutions that podiatrists advocate for their own parents, yet seldom address openly with their patients. These strategies enabled Thomas to regain his independence, and they hold the potential to revolutionize your mobility as well. If you seek more transformative insights, be sure to subscribe and activate the notification bell. Your feet, along with your future self, will express their gratitude. If you're already reaping the benefits, consider giving this video a like to assist other seniors in discovering this vital information. Have you ever felt the grip of foot pain, restricting your freedom and preventing you from engaging in the activities you cherish? We invite you to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below. It may astonish you to discover the multitude of others grappling with similar challenges. Let us embark on a discussion of a footwear selection that may appear straightforward, yet conceals a dark secret even in its most practical incarnations. Elevated footwear. Wearing any heel, even a modest 2-inch height, causes your entire body weight to shift forward in an unnatural manner. A 2-inch heel exerts an astonishing 75% more pressure on the ball of your foot. This compels your toes into a constricted, confined stance countless times throughout the day. Yet, the harm extends beyond that point. The alignment of your knees, hips, and lower back is disrupted by this unnatural position, leading to a series of compensatory misalignments. At the age of 68, Thomas's wife, Janet, discovered this truth, having spent decades donning her so-called practical 2-inch pumps during her tenure as a bank manager. She explained that she believed she was being sensible by steering clear of stilettos. Yet, after retirement, her feet appeared to give way. Janet found herself in need of surgical intervention, a daunting procedure that would bring with it a painful recovery period of 12 weeks, stripping her of her independence just as she and Thomas were set to embark on their long-awaited travels. Observe this pressure map illustrating the impact on a foot when wearing even a modest heel. The crimson zones indicate perilous pressure accumulations that gradually alter the very structure of your foot. A foot that has traversed the earth for 6 decades has taken around 75 million steps, with each step carrying the risk of harm when encased in unsuitable footwear. there exists a concealed peril that numerous physicians neglect to address. The significance of heel height extends beyond mere measurement. It encompasses the years of accumulated wear and tear that after 6 decades unveils itself. As the cushioning of fat diminishes, the underlying issues become starkly apparent. Even if you don heels only on rare occasions these days, the repercussions from years gone by may still be hindering your mobility in the present. The foot deformities they induce, bunions, hammer toes, and shortened Achilles tendons, can significantly elevate your risk of falling and lead to persistent pain. How many of you women still possess high heels tucked away in your closets, reserved for those special occasions? Leave a shoe emoji in the comments if you're having second thoughts about those shoes after discovering this. Our second perilous footwear option may catch you off guard, particularly if you reside in a warmer climate. Flip-flops. These seemingly harmless summer essentials are, in fact, covert agents of foot health destruction. With each step taken in flip-flops, your toes are compelled to clutch in an unnatural manner to prevent the shoe from soaring away. This relentless clenching transforms your natural stride and generates tension that ascends through your whole foot. In contrast to well-designed footwear that harmonizes with your movements, flip-flops compel your feet to conform to their structure, which is precisely what aging feet do not require. Even more troubling, flip-flops offer no arch support whatsoever and provide only minimal shock absorption. Every stride delivers a jarring force that reverberates through your bones and joints. For younger adults, resilient tissue possesses the remarkable ability to rebound. However, beyond the age of 60, this recurring trauma hastens the decline of joint health. During what was meant to be a blissful retirement journey to Florida, Thomas encountered a lesson steeped in pain. He reminisced about the days when he donned flip-flops at every turn, by the poolside, strolling to eateries, and even on a mile-long trek along the beach. As the third day dawned, I found it increasingly difficult to bear weight on my heel. What Thomas experienced was plantar fasciitis, an inflammation of the thick band of tissue that links the heel to the toes. 6 months of physical therapy were required to find resolution, costing him half a year of invaluable mobility. Many seniors often remain unaware of certain truths until the moment has passed them by. The discomfort does not remain confined to your feet. As you alter your gait to ease foot pain, your knees endure additional strain, your hips adjust with a lack of symmetry, and your lower back takes on the burden of this misalignment. A single ill-fated choice in footwear can set off a chain reaction that reverberates through your entire body. Though you may have donned flip-flops throughout your life without a hitch, the passage of time has rendered your feet less able to endure such strain. The assistance you once overlooked transforms into a vital necessity after the age of 60. However, the next error in footwear is one that nearly everyone commits daily, often without awareness, and it could be undermining your mobility at this very moment as you view this video. The third perilous footwear option could very well be adorning your feet at this very moment. Those worn-out sneakers that appear deceptively pristine on the surface. Many seniors may not be aware that athletic shoes can lose around 40% of their cushioning and support after merely 6 months of regular use, often before any visible signs of wear appear. The midsole foam, designed to absorb shock with every step, gradually deteriorates, rendering your joints susceptible to impact forces that may reach 3 to 5 times your body weight. This engenders a perilous circumstance distinct to our era. Countless individuals were raised by parents shaped by the hardships of the Depression, instilling in them a mindset of resourcefulness, encouraging the use of every last bit and the wearing down of possessions until they are no longer functional. This upbringing often leads to a hesitance to part with items that, despite their wear, show no obvious signs of damage. Combine a fixed retirement income with a frugal mindset, and you create a scenario where footwear is worn well past its functional lifespan. Thomas embodied this dilemma. After 3 years, my sneakers still look fantastic, he explained. The tread appeared to be in good condition, devoid of any holes, and maintained a satisfactory level of cleanliness. I believed they were entirely satisfactory. Unbeknownst to him, the enigmatic knee pain that had caused him to adopt a more sedentary lifestyle was a direct consequence of his worn-out shoes, which offered insufficient support. Here's a simple exercise you can try immediately. Take your ordinary walking shoe and attempt to twist it from heel to toe. Should it bend with little resistance, the underlying support has deteriorated, despite the surface appearing flawless. A supportive shoe ought to flex solely at the ball of the foot, resisting any twisting motion akin to a dish rag. Upon finally bidding farewell to his still serviceable sneakers and embracing a pair of fresh ones, Thomas found his knee pain dissipating within a mere fortnight. The $70 shoes spared him from the looming necessity of a $40,000 knee replacement. When did you last change your go-to pair of shoes? Please share your thoughts candidly in the comments. If you've been wearing them daily for over 6 months, today's video could spare you from avoidable discomfort and costly medical expenses. Our fourth perilous footwear selection is likely resting beside your beloved chair: backless slippers. These unassuming comfort accessories may very well be some of the most perilous items lurking within your home. Wearing backless slippers subtly transforms your entire walking pattern, often without you even realizing it. As you take each step, your toes cling to the slipper, preventing it from slipping away, which shortens your stride and generates a tension that radiates through your legs. Your heel rises a touch sooner in the rhythm of your stride, while your ankle's stability diminishes by as much as 65%. The subtle shifts occurring within you profoundly disrupt your sense of balance, often without your conscious awareness. The figures are deeply concerning. Among seniors, a staggering 38% of in-home falls can be attributed to inappropriate house footwear, with backless slippers emerging as the leading offender. Such tumbles frequently happen in instances that demand swift responses or adjustments in balance, such as when responding to the doorbell or maneuvering down the stairs. Thomas experienced this peril up close when his neighbor Ruth, a lively 78-year-old, stumbled on her stairs while donning her cherished backless slippers. For decades, Thomas remembered, she had adorned herself in that style. The paramedics informed me that they encountered this very situation multiple times each week. Ruth's unfortunate fall led to a fractured wrist, which significantly curtailed her independence for an extended period. The true menace of these slippers lies in their deceptive comfort. They glide on effortlessly, they embrace with softness, they evoke a sense of familiarity. Yet, with each step, they quietly undermine your stability, crafting a risk of falling that escalates significantly after the age of 65, a time when balance systems are already under strain. Consider it deeply. Would you choose to drive without your seatbelt simply for the sake of comfort? Yet countless seniors jeopardize their mobility and independence each day for the trivial ease of backless footwear. You'll be shocked when you learn what many podiatrists and orthopedic specialists are now recommending instead for around the house. A complete departure from traditional slippers that has reduced fall risk by up to 62% in clinical studies. The fifth perilous footwear blunder lurks right before our eyes: footwear featuring sleek, weathered, or inherently polished bottoms. These unseen perils turn ordinary surfaces into possible realms of catastrophe. Examine these dress shoes and loafers with care, as they are particularly prevalent in the wardrobes of seniors. Observe how the lower surfaces have gradually become polished with time, erasing the traction patterns intended to anchor them to the earth. Even the most stylish new dress shoes frequently place appearance above safety, featuring leather soles that provide little in the way of traction. Many are unaware that as shoe soles age or wear down, traction diminishes by about 75%. This diminishment takes on a perilous nature when intertwined with everyday domestic situations. A handful of water droplets resting on the kitchen tile, a hint of moisture gracing the bathroom floor, or the gentle kiss of morning dew upon the outdoor steps. Before his significant downfall, Thomas encountered this peril up close. He recalled the moment vividly, his favorite leather-soled loafers adorning his feet as he stood in the kitchen. My wife had meticulously wiped the counter, yet a few errant drops of water had splashed onto the floor. My foot slipped away from me with such swiftness that I barely had a moment to respond. The slight misstep forced Thomas into an awkward twist, a desperate attempt to regain his balance, leading to a lingering back pain that haunted him for weeks prior to his more significant tumble. The warning sign was present, yet, akin to numerous seniors, he brushed it off as merely a near miss, failing to acknowledge the perilous footwear that played a role in it. Today, you can embark on a brief test. As you don your usual footwear, position one foot upon the cool bathroom tile and softly endeavor to glide it forward. When your foot glides effortlessly, you traverse a landscape filled with unseen dangers each day. Reliable footwear must withstand this sliding motion, even on slick surfaces. Have you ever experienced a near miss, a moment when you stumbled but dismissed it as mere clumsiness? Share your thoughts and recount the events in the comments below. Your experience could guide another in identifying the warning signs that precede a significant fall. Footwear of doom, number 6, form-fitting dress shoes. The sixth perilous footwear option impacts countless seniors, many of whom remain unaware that their feet have undergone a literal transformation. Tight-fitting dress shoes. There exists a fact that remains unknown to many. As the years pass, your feet tend to expand naturally. With the passage of decades spent in standing and walking, the ligaments and tendons that bind your foot bones begin to elongate, permitting these bones to drift apart. At the age of 70, an individual's foot has typically expanded to nearly half a size wider than it was at 40. Yet many seniors persist in purchasing the same size they have worn for years. When you force your broader feet into slender dress shoes, you're not merely courting discomfort. You are deliberately limiting blood flow to your extremities, a notably perilous condition for those with diabetes or circulation problems. Moreover, the pressing issue lies in the fact that compressed nerves within constricting footwear can instigate or exacerbate neuropathy, leading to numbness that significantly heightens the risk of falls. In the midst of preparations for his grandson's wedding, Thomas came to understand a lesson steeped in pain. It had been years since I last donned dress shoes, yet my old pair still embraced my feet perfectly. Or so I thought, he explained. As I approached the reception, a searing pain coursed through my feet. Yet, it was the events that unfolded afterward that truly filled me with dread. The relentless pressure of those 6 hours spent in constricting shoes ignited neuropathy symptoms that lingered for weeks on end. Thomas experienced a fleeting loss of sensation in certain areas of his feet, leading him to stumble repeatedly during that period. This underscores the perilous chain reaction. Foot pain changes how you walk, creating compensation patterns that strain your knees, hips, and lower back. A single day spent in ill-fitting shoes can set off a cascade of mobility challenges that reverberate through your entire body for months to come. Many seniors may not be aware that changes in foot width can occur independently of foot length. Even if your shoes seem sufficiently long, they could still pose a risk by being too narrow. However, the next footwear blunder could very well be unfolding at this very moment as you engage with this video. Yet it remains a caution that escapes the notice of many physicians when advising their patients. Footwear of doom, number 7. Walking without shoes. The 7th entry in our list of deadly choices in footwear is, intriguingly, not footwear in the traditional sense. The trend of wandering barefoot within the confines of one's home is gaining remarkable popularity. Though it may seem instinctive and soothing, traversing without shoes after the age of 60 poses significant dangers that younger individuals do not encounter. Numerous seniors remain unaware that walking without shoes can elevate the risk of falls by as much as 37% in comparison to donning appropriate, supportive house footwear. In the absence of cushioning and support, your balance mechanisms are compelled to exert greater effort with every step, especially on unforgiving surfaces such as wood or tile floors. These contemporary flooring materials pose an additional concealed threat from impact forces. Traversing the smooth expanse of hardwood or tile beneath your bare feet can transmit as much as 7 times the impact through your joints compared to the gentle embrace of grass or the soft cushion of carpet. For aging joints that are already grappling with arthritis or deterioration, these impact forces intensify the cycles of damage and pain. Thomas unearthed these risks through a harrowing experience. I felt a small, unexpected crunch beneath my foot in the kitchen. He explained that it was, in his opinion, a breadcrumb. I hardly sensed it, yet, due to my diabetic neuropathy, it resulted in a minor cut that went unnoticed. A seemingly minor injury transformed into a perilous foot ulcer, demanding 3 months of healing and the expertise of specialized wound care. This calls into question the widely held belief that walking barefoot is inherently more natural, and as a result, healthier for all individuals. Though youthful feet, adorned with resilient fat pads, robust arches, and heightened sensitivity, may thrive with sporadic barefoot experiences, the aging foot requires steadfast protection and support, particularly on the unforgiving hard surfaces that our forebears never faced. Dr. David Miller, a foot surgeon, articulates that while the barefoot movement may be beneficial for certain individuals, for my elderly patients. It resembles stripping away the shock absorbers from a vehicle with a suspension system that is already under strain. Are you currently enjoying this video without any shoes on? It may be wise to think again after we delve into the upcoming segment, which uncovers the ultimate perilous footwear blunder that almost 90% of seniors commit unknowingly. Deadly footwear number 8. The one-pair-fits-all mentality, our 8th and final deadly footwear mistake, stands out as perhaps the most prevalent of them all. The one-pair-fits-all mentality. This approach leaves seniors exposed during specialized activities. With the passage of time, our feet demand varied forms of support to accommodate the diverse movements we undertake. The lateral stability essential for gardening stands in stark contrast to the cushioning demanded for prolonged walking, or the traction needed for traversing slick surfaces. Surprisingly, 78% of seniors strive to rely on just one pair of quality shoes for all their activities. Thomas stumbled into this very snare. He confessed to having his beloved New Balance sneakers, which set him back nearly $100. I donned them for every occasion, my daily stroll, tending to the garden, and even for church when my dress shoes became unbearable. Although this method appeared to be both sensible and cost-effective, it ultimately played a considerable role in his diminishing mobility. While tending to his garden, Thomas found that his walking shoes lacked the necessary side stability, making the transitions from kneeling to standing a strain on his knees. As he strolled through his neighborhood each day, the soil clinging to the treads from his gardening endeavors diminished their traction on the sidewalks. Neither activity proved to be suitable for the shoes, leading to a deterioration that exceeded their intended lifespan. This is where the activity zone concept becomes crucial for seniors. Podiatrists now advocate for categorizing your footwear requirements into a minimum of 3 separate zones: everyday support shoes, footwear tailored for specific activities, and protective indoor shoes, all crafted to accommodate the distinct movements and surfaces you face. Numerous seniors fall into the costly trap of purchasing a single high-quality pair of shoes instead of selecting the appropriate footwear for each specific activity. Yet, we must confront the stark financial truth. One $300 emergency room visit from a fall costs more than outfitting yourself with all 3 specialized pairs combined. Here are the solutions that transformed the lives of Thomas and countless others, featuring 3 evidence-based approaches that significantly lowered fall risk and reinstated pain-free mobility, frequently within mere weeks of application. The initial solution we propose may appear straightforward, yet it holds transformative potential for many seniors. Receiving a tailored shoe fitting from an expert who comprehends the nuances of aging feet. It may surprise you to learn that more than 80% of adults don shoes that are not the right size. A remarkable finding emerges from a podiatric study revealing that the majority of individuals are donning shoes that are either too short, too narrow, or a combination of both. What's even more troubling is that your accurate shoe size can shift as you journey through life. As individuals reach the age of 60, it is common for them to experience an increase of at least half a size in width, a phenomenon attributed to the natural expansion of the foot's structure. A true professional fitting transcends the simple foot measuring device you may recall from your younger days. This is what ought to transpire. Initially, each foot is measured independently while standing, never while seated, since foot size can vary under the influence of your body weight. Furthermore, the measurement of width is taken at various points, rather than solely at the ball of the foot. The evaluation of arch height and flexibility follows, serving to ascertain the necessary support requirements. At last, a gait analysis meticulously examines the way you walk, uncovering the distinctive pressure points and movement patterns that define your body. Thomas harbored doubts about this solution, yet it was the grip of desperation that ultimately led him to a specialty shoe store. The fitter dedicated almost 40 minutes solely to my needs, he remembered. She revealed to me that I had been donning shoes a full size too narrow in width for decades. Upon slipping into the right size, it felt as though my feet were liberated, finally able to breathe once more. I'll discover the path to locating the ideal fitting specialist. Seek out establishments that specialize in comfort footwear or orthopedic requirements, rather than settling for any generic shoe retailer. Large retail chains seldom offer the specialized knowledge that aging feet demand. Inquire whether their fitters possess certification or have undergone specialized training in addressing geriatric foot concerns. Numerous regions are home to pediatrists, specialists meticulously educated in the realm of footwear tailored for medical conditions, capable of delivering unparalleled expertise. As you prepare to depart, be sure to pose these particular inquiries. In what ways does the height of my arch influence my shoe selection? Considering my walking pattern, where do I exert the greatest pressure? And what particular characteristics should I observe in relation to my foot structure? When did you last have your feet measured by a professional? Many individuals often respond with a definitive never or refer to events from decades past. We invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. If this sparks your curiosity to seek a fitting, we would love to hear about your revelations regarding your true size. A transformative approach awaits with the introduction of the 3-zone system. The second transformative solution redefined Thomas's mobility, the innovative 3-zone system tailored for the footwear needs of seniors. This perspective recognizes that a single pair of shoes cannot adequately accommodate the diverse range of movements you engage in during your daily activities. Zone 1 encompasses home footwear, serving as the cornerstone of fall prevention. The perfect home shoe features a closed back for enhanced stability, non-slip rubber soles that provide traction on various surfaces, and a design that allows for effortless on and off wear while ensuring security is not sacrificed. Thomas found that the right house shoes nearly eradicated his morning stiffness, providing essential support to his feet the instant he stepped out of bed. Zone 2 represents the everyday support shoes, your steadfast allies for daily activities and errands. It is essential to have adequate arch support tailored to your foot type, cushioning that corresponds to your weight, and stability elements such as broader bases and reliable closures. With the right everyday shoes tailored to his needs, Thomas found relief from his knee pain in just a matter of weeks. Zone 3 encompasses footwear tailored for specific activities, crafted tools designed for particular tasks. Footwear designed for walking requires a balance of flexibility in the forefoot and ample cushioning in the heel. Engaging in gardening demands sturdy ankle support and cleated soles to navigate the unpredictable terrain. Even formal occasions can be navigated with contemporary hidden comfort designs that exude elegance while offering essential support. The genius of this system transcends the tangible. It extends into the realm of finance. Thomas executed it within his fixed income by employing a strategic budgeting approach. He explained that he invested the most in his everyday shoes as he wears them 60% of the time. I discovered affordable choices and promotions for specialized requirements. It remained more affordable than my annual expenditure on pain relievers. However, the third solution is what medical professionals assert brings about the most significant change, revolutionizing mobility for seniors even in the face of previous failures. Transformative remedy number 3. Personalized orthotics and modifications. Our third and most formidable solution tackles the very essence of mobility. Tailored orthotics and thoughtful shoe modifications that elevate even the most commonplace footwear into instruments of healing. A significant number of seniors fail to grasp the vital distinction between standard store-bought insoles and genuine orthotics. Standard insoles merely provide extra padding, whereas orthotics are designed to address and rectify biomechanical problems in your gait. Consider this analogy. Insoles resemble over-the-counter reading glasses, whereas orthotics are akin to prescription lenses meticulously tailored to meet your individual requirements. The silver lining? Effective orthotics need not always come with a hefty price tag of $400 or more for custom versions crafted by podiatrists. Thomas stumbled upon the affordable middle ground heat moldable inserts, priced at under $40. He explained that you warm them in your oven, then stand on them to leave an impression of your foot. They provided support to my arches precisely where it was required, rather than in a one-size-fits-all manner. The semi-custom options proved to be highly effective for the majority of seniors who do not experience significant foot deformities. Research indicates that they deliver 70–80% of the advantages of entirely bespoke orthotics while costing only about 15% of the price. Individuals enrolled in Medicare should be aware that custom orthotics might be eligible for coverage when prescribed for particular conditions such as severe diabetic neuropathy or deformities. When speaking with your doctor, the essential term to bring up is therapeutic orthotics for fall prevention. This framing of medical necessity frequently activates coverage. In addition to inserts, even the slightest adjustments can significantly enhance the performance of your current footwear. Expert stretching services can create additional space in constricted areas for approximately $15. Carefully positioned cushioning pads at your pressure points can turn uncomfortable shoes into a haven of comfort. Even a seemingly straightforward act such as swapping out factory insoles for gel alternatives can diminish impact forces by as much as 40%. Thomas has begun to implement these principles across his entire collection of shoes. It resembles the experience of donning bespoke footwear without the need for a fresh purchase, he remarks. I have prolonged the lifespan of my shoes, transforming each pair into a source of comfort and support. Have you ever experimented with custom insoles or orthotics? We invite you to recount your experience in the space provided below. Your observations may guide another individual toward the answer that alleviates their foot pain and rejuvenates their ability to move freely. Let us revisit the path of Thomas. Half a year following the introduction of these 3 solutions, his metamorphosis was truly extraordinary. I transitioned from relying on pain medication every day to effortlessly walking 5,000 steps without any discomfort, Thomas revealed, his voice brimming with emotion. The relentless dread of tumbling that once confined me to my home has vanished. The enhancements in physical condition were quantifiable. His balance test scores soared by 38%, and he has experienced no falls since altering his footwear strategy. However, the emotional ramifications extend far beyond the numbers. Last weekend, I embarked on a hiking adventure with my grandchildren along a nature trail. Thomas proudly shared photos of himself, skillfully traversing the rugged landscape. My 9-year-old grandson inquired as to why I had never done this before. I found myself unable to articulate the fear that had held me back from attempting. Reflect on his previous existence, largely restricted to the confines of his home, absent from family gatherings, and observing life unfold from the periphery. Hold on to this profound reality. The footwear you select today shapes the freedom of your movement in the days to come. The choices you embrace today will either confine or broaden your horizons in the future. Let us swiftly revisit the 8 perilous footwear selections we discussed. High heels and flip-flops, worn-out sneakers and backless slippers, smooth-soled shoes, and tight-fitting dress shoes. The sensation of going barefoot, and then the notion of a single pair for every occasion. Through the adoption of our 3 transformative solutions, including professional fitting, the 3-zone system, and custom orthotics, you can significantly lower your risk of falls and restore your vibrant lifestyle, much like Thomas achieved. Which of these footwear blunders caught you off guard the most? We invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. For those seeking practical guidance to flourish in their golden years, be sure to click that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Your future mobility deserves careful consideration, not mere chance.